There is JohnBerry555 and welcome to my 10-part miniseries where I'm going to be reviewing the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers, which was created by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. So a quick overview real quick. The Band of Brothers follows E Company or Easy Company of the 505th, I believe, Parachute Infantry Division of the 101st Airborne. Not 505th, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the 101st Airborne Division. Have some notes here so that way so I can check this stuff up, make sure I got everything correct. But yeah, it follows their adventures from basically their training all the way to being sent home. So we're going to start off with part 1, episode Kira Hay, and we're going to end up with part 10 points. So expect that this is going to be one episode a week, so this is going to be a 10-week long miniseries for me. And today is going to be my review of part 2, episode 2, Day of Days. So this is Operation Overlord, D-Day. This is them parachuting into Normandy for the invasion. So we get to see them scattered, we get to see them working with other regiments and other units, sometimes even other divisions, all as they try to reform and accomplish their task of basically targeting key bridges, delaying German reinforcements, so that way the actual invasion comes. We get to see Easy Company through this. We also get to see several other things too, like we see soldiers grow into their own, figure out actually how to do combat rather than just a combat training. One of the main officers we follow is at this point Lieutenant Winters. He has not been promoted to captain yet, but we see him prove himself as a leader that we'll come to see in later parts, who is well respected by the men of Easy Company. And he forms a bond with Easy Company that in later parts we see is very hard for him to let go of, even though as later on he's given more responsibility in the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. We see that later on, but right now we're focusing on this episode showing him bonding with his men, and we see the men bonding with each other. They're a band of brothers for a reason, and even across the enlisted NCO and officer level, there is this bonding taking place, and we really do get to see that in this part. We get to also see a lot of the other stuff going on as well. One thing is we see the horrors of war. We see them in difficult situations. We even see a situation where it's strongly implied that one of the platoon leaders, or was it? Yeah, I think one of the platoon leaders. It was either a platoon leader or a platoon leader in another regiment or another company. It's implied that he executes a bunch of prisoners that they had taken, and this is of course before they meet up with the main force. So you can see kind of what's going on, but they strongly imply it. But they also, what helps that implication in creating emotion in us is one of those Germans is actually a German American, who basically was convinced to join up to fight for Nazi Germany. That did happen in real life. It's very sad, but that stuff was made, and some of those they were either loyal to the fatherland or loyal to the ideology. It could go either way. In some cases it's hard to tell without the records. But one interesting thing is I want to bring in the TV show Hogan's Heroes. That was a pure comedy, but they do show a similar character, but I feel like they'll probably be a bit more fascinating. Okay, they are fascinating in history. There might have been a few of those German-American Bund, so those German Americans who signed up to fight with Nazi Germany in World War II. There might have been some who did realize, yeah, we can't do this and fight from the inside. But I have a feeling that was pretty rare, and Hogan's Heroes got that history wrong. It's obvious that was not a very historically accurate show. Fun, but not accurate. Band of Brothers, on the other hand, shows a German-American Bund person who essentially was probably in it for real. Now, that might have been because of loyalty to Germany, not necessarily to the fascist ideology of Nazi Germany. It could go either way. And again, we don't know for sure because the show never told us. But by establishing that this one person was an American, a German American, that makes us emphasize with him a bit more. A good show will show the conflicting emotions, a good history with conflicting emotions of the people involved. And even those, and one of the soldiers, I forget his name, should have double checked this, but like he's like when he meets and talks, like they lived within blocks of each other, and then he hears the gunshots and like that you can tell he's unsettled by that. Like, did they just kill? Like, one of them was an American. Did that officer just kill them? But doesn't we say it out loud? But then later on in one of the other parts, we see them all speculating about this officer. Did he actually do it? And all the different rumors that have gone around beyond it. So that is showing the darker side. Americans, they were objectively, I would say, the good guys in World War II. I mean, even the American Japanese internment camps, which were essentially concentration camps, but I would say if we have to rank them, they were much lower down because they, weren't intended to actually kill the Japanese Americans interned there, unlike the concentration camps. They weren't war camps and all that, but the German concentration camps of World War II they were war camps, they were death camps. They were not designed out of the same root of fear, but very different in terms of execution or even a bunch of other stuff. In some ways, this episode doesn't really address that stuff yet, and actually it doesn't really talk about the Japanese in the Pacific that much at all in Band of Brothers until, I believe, Points, which is at the end. But the fact that this episode made me think of that, and how it is showing that Americans were not perfect, that at least individual Americans made mistakes, and that things did not necessarily get punished later on. We never see this character ever get an actual punishment for what he is implied to have done. And it's pretty much assumed that he did do it. That's kind of how pretty much every character takes it. But they really don't speak on it even later on. And because we also see then, not just the darker side, but also the heroics of the Americans, of stopping the Germans, of delaying the Germans, so that way the D-Day landings could happen. Tom Hanks starred, of course, in Saving Private Ryan, and that showed the D-Day invasion. Pretty much everything after them getting on the beaches is not as historically accurate in terms of events, so I would still say authentic in terms of presents a realistic world. We see combat, that stuff is accurate but not authentic to the history. Again, I talked about this in my last part, but there is a difference. You could have something be historically authentic but still not be accurate to what happened. In some ways, good historical fiction is authentic, but it's not accurate. So accurate, you're not only getting the minutiae right, but you're also getting the events right. Authenticity means you get the minutiae right, but not necessarily the events. I think that's a good way of describing the difference. Both have their purposes, and both help convey the sense of the event, of the historical event, or series of events, or time frame that you are showing. Band of Brothers is more accurate than Saving Private Ryan, only because it's more accurate in terms of events. It doesn't create a series of events to put characters into an authentic World War II environment. So that's the difference between them, and I think something important to take a note. But yeah, we see a bunch going on, but we do see the good and the bad, and that is where I'm going to end this review of Band of Brothers Day of Days. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like and upvote the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. Also, let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think? I would love to hear your opinions down below. And as always, thank you for watching, and have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Have a good one.